Everyone, welcome back to Vintage Lilac Memories. My name is Kim. Today is Thrifty Thursday and Thrifty Connects. I only have a small haul today, but I also went to the dollar store and got a couple of cool things, so I'll show you that as well. There's not too much here. I went to Mission Thrift Store where I live, and I seen this, and it's marked 79 cents. And I thought, well, that's a cool find because it is the tiny stapler, like Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I didn't realize at the time, maybe some of you guys have already realized, but it's missing a piece. The plunger that goes in here that holds the staples in place is missing. And it's not till I looked at it online and I noticed it. But I'm optimistic, and I think I can MacGyver something. Use an old wire coat hanger, spring from ballpoint pens. We have a lot of that crap kind of hanging around. So I'm going to try something. It's only 79 cents. If I can't do it, then I'm out 79 cents. But I'm going to try to make it work. Because I also, recently coming across, cleaning up my desk, I found that I had this little box of the tiny little staples. And I don't remember ever having a stapler that took these, but apparently I did. So I don't know where that stapler went, but I have the staples. So I want to be able to use this. And I don't want to go and buy the tiny attacher for, I think it was $17 US or something. So I thought this was cute. We'll see if we can get it. I'm going to show you this one after. This book I picked up. It was $2.99. It says as is. You can see it's quite damaged. Looks like it was water damaged. But I kind of like the look of it. It's really beat up. It's coming apart in places. So I will take it apart and use the journal cover. But I've been watching Catherine Brown a lot lately, and I haven't thought about it beforehand, but I've seen her where she sews on some of the covers when they're old and fragile and whatnot to cover up some spots or whatever. I kind of want to leave that there, but I was thinking maybe with this one I will experiment with sewing on it. And let me see, 1925 English literature poetry. So there might be poems in there that I can use in different places. Oh, some notes. Let's see if we can read some of this. Oh, no. But the pages are yellowed. It's really old. And it's really, can you... like it, I'm sure that's water damage because you can see that the coating has come off the fabric in some areas. I don't know if you can see that or not. That looks cool to me anyways. So that may be my second attempt at a grungy journal. So there's that. Then there's this book I picked up, and I seen almost exact book on Catherine Brown's channel last week. I'm not sure. And she mentioned, I looked at the video again today, she mentioned that there was other ones there, but she picked up the one that was in the best shape. Because this one isn't in the best shape. The spine is broken on this one. And this is called the Virginians. And it's Thackeray. Again, has the T like hers had on there. And Upper Canada College. It's got the library pocket in the back, just like hers did. What I find really cool with this, now I think mine is a year earlier than hers, 1886. The pages in here, I'm gonna see if it'll show. Here's a really good example. You can see the bottom of the pages here, like they don't line up. Some are really short, some are really long. And if you look at these edges, they're all really jagged. And they're not loose. They're not coming out. It's just the way the book was put together. Like, and the top edge looks pretty straight, but the bottom edge is not straight, and the side is not straight. So it's kind of cool looking. But like I said, it's coming apart here. And Catherine had noted on her video that the store putting the stickers here, when she removed the sticker, it pulled the paper right off. Because this is a cardstock cover. It's not fabric. It's just paper on cardstock. I think I have a trick for that. And I will insert a clip at the end, if it worked, to remove that. But I thought that was pretty cool. So that was my thrift haul find for today. Was only those 3 things. But then I had to go to Dollarama for a few things. And if you remember all those, the junk jewelry I got from my sister last week, well, I picked up one of these cases because once I start taking the junk jewelry apart, I need somewhere to keep all the beads and whatnot. So this is only like $3.50. And it's got all these compartments. And are these? Yeah. Okay. The dividers are by 2, but they can be cut as well. I need a bigger cell or anything. So I got that. Of course, and I broke it. There we go. And also, although I make junk journals, I've never in my life used a junk journal, but I journal daily, like just writing, journaling. I do something called morning pages, which is just like a brain dump every morning, as well as I keep like a day timer. So these journals from Dollarama, again, $3.50, and they're just lined paper, but it's 192 pages. One of these lasts me as a day timer. I end up using it like a 2, I fill it out by hand. Kind of, this is like, times from when I get up to bedtime kind of thing, what I've done, and to-do list, as well as like a habit tracker. So I can do that for 3 months in one of these journals. And I always have 2 going. The other one is where I do my brain dump, my, just journaling, just straight journaling. Normally 3 pages in the morning, just of my to-dos or what's on my mind or whatever, just to get it out of my head. And so I have a stack of journals. And just, every 3 months decide which 2 I'm going to use, kind of thing. But this one I thought was cute. Make it happen. This one, every morning you are born again. What we do today is what matters most, by Buddha. So I thought that was cool. But they're handy little journals for $3.50. And it's a lot of pages. Like even if you wanted to take something like this apart, yeah, you could take it apart. They're stitched in there, just for this size paper. It's pretty cool. So that is my haul today. It's short and sweet, and like I said, removing that label, if it works, I'll add a clip at the end of this. But otherwise, thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. Bye. Today's video is a Thrifty Thursday, Thrifty Canucks video. I actually did this on Saturday. I went to a new to me place, Kirby Church Books, that a fellow junk journaler, also local to my town, I just realized, Catherine Brown, told me about. So I went there and got a bunch of books. But after that, I went to our Missions thrift store, and I'm going to show you that first because the Kirby books will take a little longer to show you. So at the Missions thrift store, I picked up, this book is Myrtle Albertina's Song. It's just got a little girl on the front, and I liked it. It was $2.99. It is 1958, and it's got who owned it, and given to me on my 14th birthday, 1966, and she's local to my town. It's got some illustrations in it. This book belongs to me. Anyway, so I picked up that there. I also picked up, this is music paper. Large sheet music paper. I like to add these in and fold it in half. Add to my journals. And that was $1.49. Also picked up there is this little box, 99 cents. I have a thing for little boxes. I will repaint. This is not my style or anything. It's got little plastic gems on the top. You can see that. It's not quite my style, but it looks like somebody hand painted it. I will repaint it. But it's got cute little drawers. And I thought I could have it just in front of my desk here with, you know, various paper clips or something like that. So there's that. And I also picked up, my sister actually found this for, I'm going to use it for rooting plant cuttings. It's just kind of cute, and that was $1.59. So that's what I got at the Mission thrift store. Let me find some place to put some of this out of the way. And then I will go on to my other finds from the Kirby. So it's Kirby United Church in a little town nearby. And it's an old church that's converted to a bookstore, and the pews are just filled with books. If you see the pictures, you can check it out on Instagram. I think I'll link their Instagram below. And just books everywhere. It's a junk journaler's dream, like Catherine said. So anyways, I picked this book up, just Anne of Green Gables, and again, this was on a recommendation by Catherine for, you know, a children's book, this type of book. It's large font, and some of the sayings or sentences in here can be used as like snippets cut out to put on things. Of course, I can't find anything now, but just kind of wholesome text. So that's what I've got that for, and I've already started cutting it up a little bit. And oh, all the books at the Kirby Church bookstore were $1 each. So that's good too. Now this one I picked up just because it had my name on it. So, and it's a nice big hardcover book. But when I looked into it further, Rudyard Kipling is the author of The Jungle Book. So this book is actually a Reader's Digest book, and it has the little pamphlet that comes with it, explaining everything about Rudyard Kipling and about this story. And I think this is going to be a book that I'll read first before I do anything else with. But yeah, so it's a newer book, like 1990 newer. But I just like the idea it had my name in it. So again, that was $1. Okay, this one. Also, when I was showing all these books to my husband when I got home, some of them look quite old and whatnot. And he says, you're going to research these all, right? You're going to make sure that they're not, you know, rare books or anything before you take them apart. And I said, yeah, okay. So I did that. And of course, I have so many projects on the go anyways. I wouldn't be getting to these right away. But I researched them, and some of them may be worth something. So I may post them for sale at, you know, for a few months, because I wouldn't be working on them now anyways. and see if they'll sell. Because, you know, they're not extremely rare where they'd be worth hundreds of dollars or anything, but still. So this one is Lydia Bailey by Kenneth Rodgers. And I think I just like the book. Oh, this is the one with the pages. This one has really gorgeous patinaed pages, or they were just that color. But it's got the map in the front. Haiti. So I guess it's a story about Haiti. But look at the color of these pages. Can you see that? They're a really dark yellowed color. And they're quite thick, but they're not like one of those shiny polished pages. So I thought that would make some nice ephemera embellishments. And this book, come on. Some of them I put little notes in. So that, this is 1947. Again, $1. Okay, there's two here. These are hymn books. I picked this one up first. Oops. Picked this one up first because I wanted, again, music pages to use in my journals. And I thought these were nice. And I like the red and the gold. This has somebody's name on it. Now, I don't know if she was the, you know, the music person for that church or whatever. Organist, who knows. But then I seen smaller hymn books right with it. And these just have the words. No music. But I thought that would make a cute little journal set. So, again, $1 each. That's the problem with this place. It's only about 15-20 minutes away from me. But I've got to make sure that I only go there like once a month or once every couple months, because I can see just filling shelves with books. I've got to actually use them. So I've got to limit my time when I go there. Okay, what is this one? This one is called Rob Harlow's Adventures. George Manville Fenn. I think I like this one just because I like the spine decoration. I'm not thinking this is extremely old, but I think that's the only illustration in it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I found a date in this one. I'll have to look that up. I didn't, but it's a nice condition. It's a nice size. Nice thick pages. So there's that one. Okay, let me see. I'm just reaching this stack next to me here. So this one I picked up is just Your Friendship is Dear to Me, little friendship book. But I really, the paintings inside are by Lena Liu. And that's what drew me to it. To my dear friend Gail, lots of love with Donna. Is the images in here I thought would be nice to fussy cut and use. Gorgeous florals. So that's what that one's for. This one I picked up. This is, can you even fit it in screen? Yes. This is going to become a project that I will talk about later. So it's not going to be a journal. It's going to be something I'm making for myself. But I wanted a large board book to do that project. And I originally was looking for a children's book. My sister picked this one up and said, because she's now used to what I'm looking for junk journals, that I don't usually want photographs, but I want illustrations. So she picked this one up and said, look, It's got all these illustrations that you can cut out. I just wanted the cover for this project, but I do have all these illustrations that I can cut, fussy cut. And it comes in different, it says here, purple through blue, white through green, different things. Oh, and this is spring into early summer. So I could fussy cut these all out. Yellow, orange. And then I'll use the cover for my project. It's got some illustrations like that in there as well. I'm not sure how I'd use those. Let's see, like this. But they could be cut and used somehow. Okay, my stack next to me is getting quite tall. This one I picked up again just because it looked old and heavy in the pages. Don't know if you can see that on the front. I believe that is a Russian symbol. The book is called Napoleon, with Napoleon in Russia. So it's written. The dedication is 1935. I believe that's when it was published as well as 1935. But it's the memoirs of, I'm not even going to try this because I will butcher that name, memoirs of a general that I guess served with Napoleon in Russia. So I believe there is illustration, not illustrated, I don't know if there are illustrations or photos in here. Yeah, see, there's pictures like this. So they could be used. And the pages are, I don't know if you can see that, hang on, really rough deckled edges to them. Again, big, large, sturdy pages. I can figure out something with that. Just a nice red book. What did this say? Oh, I was just checking out prices of this online. 1935, that one. Okay, so this one, there's only 2 more books here. This one is The Life and Public Services of William E. Gladstone. And he was the Prime Minister of the UK for 4 terms, not consecutive terms, but 4 terms. And on the spine here, can you see that? That's Queen Victoria. I picked this up just because I thought the cover was really cool. He kind of looks like a curmudgeon, a grumpy old man in this picture, but I thought I could use the cover for something and, you know, just put something else here that was pretty, cover this up somehow and use it. But it was published in 1898, and this is one of the books that might be worth something because it's an older book, and he was the Prime Minister and whatnot, so. But it's not in the greatest condition. Somewhat beat up. So even if it's not worth anything, it'll be worth something to me to make a journal. So this has got 2 dedications. The first one, Mr. Samuel Johnson, Trent Bridge, which Trent Bridge is near, not too far from where I live. This is March 13th, 1906. And the second dedication, or belongs to, is Mr. Ellis Wood in Campbellford, Ontario, 1940. I have friends that live in Campbellford, but Trent Bridge, Campbellford, the same area. And this has got a really cool presented page. Look at that. And it says that, you know, to, by, and then it has 18. So for the year, you would just put the next 2. And so this is all about William E. Gladstone. It's got some cool illustrations, old photographs. So that's one that will wait a while for me to do anything with. If it doesn't, I might be able to sell it. But it's got some damage in here. It's just a really interesting, cool book. Okay. So that's that one. And then the last book I have, and I have to check my notes here. Okay. This is actually The Life and Works of Charles Kingsley, and this is volume 19. I believe it was a 19-volume set, and it had all of his various stories and whatnot in there. And he's a well-known author. This one includes stories called Water Babies and The Heroes. I picked it up because it's, I don't know if you can see the fabric. It's almost like a brushed, I don't know, satin. It's really smooth. And then I really like the spine, the way this was. Look at this discoloration on this. So this sat on somebody's shelf for a long time. This book is 1903. And what's unique about this book, it's got discoloration and everything here. But what's unique is, let me see if I can show you. The entire book, other than the first couple pages, is it's considered unopened. Can you see how this is? The pages they're not stuck together. They haven't been cut. The way the signatures, I researched this a bit. The way the signatures are made, it was a large sheet of paper that was folded into 4. So it would come here. The front edge was open. The top is not open. And so everything is like that in here. And it has, most of them have 4 pages like this. I'll try to show you. Can you see? Every section is like that. It has so there's 4 pages in one set here. Anyway, so what I've found, some people refer to it as uncut, some apparently unopened is the better term. And what would happen is people would buy the book from the publisher, and it was usually it was just simply bound with a thicker paper cover, and then you were to take the book later when you could afford or whatever and get it rebound with a leather binding or whatnot. So you did that on your own, however, whenever you wanted to. And they would then cut the text block down further to fit in the new binding, because you needed edges. So that's why some of the edges weren't straight. Here, look at the bottom of this. I wonder if you can be able to see that. The bottom edge is really jagged. This edge is fine, and this edge is uncut completely. So you would get the book rebound, leather bound or whatnot. Also, sometimes, this doesn't look like, to me anyways, I'm no expert, this doesn't look like one of those covers, the paper covers. So I'm not sure if that's the case. The other thing was sometimes you would get it from the publisher, and they would come like this, and there's something called a book knife that you were supposed to put in here and cut up and cut all the pages. So this book is from 1903, and it's never been read because it's never been opened. Although it's got some horrible, can you see that? Horrible stains on this. For not being opened, yeah, somebody made a mess of this. Even looking at the edge here. So I don't know if that's worth something to somebody because it's never been opened. I'm not sure, but I will look into it. You know, it's really staying back here too. It's really a unique find, that's all. Again, I like the cover, so if it turns out that it's not worth a lot or it doesn't sell, eventually I will take it apart and make a journal. So I'll try to find that out first. Let me see, I think I have a book here. This book that I showed in the previous video, this is a paper cover. So I have a feeling that these were the kind that you would get from the publisher and later on get them. They tend to have larger margins so that they could be cut down flush and rebound. So we'll find out about that one. But so I bought 11 books total at the church bookstore for $11. And I think there's some pretty cool, interesting books. And eventually I will get around to using them. And when I do, I'll show you those projects. So that's my Thrifty Canucks and Thrifty Thursday haul for this week. And thanks for joining me.